Well, welcome back into Radio Sport. We now switch it up. We move to multi-sport. Now, 4 Kiwi teams in Macpac Girls On Top took on the Mountain Designs GeoQuest Adventure Race in Australia, which concluded last week. The race, situated in the outback of New South Wales, was impacted by a deluge of rain with over 100 millimetres in 48 hours. Now, we're going to talk to team captain Debbie Chambers. Good evening to you, Debbie.
Hi, Mark. How are things?
Good. You managed to dry yourself out?
Yeah, it was pretty wet, I must say.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, tough enough in itself without having to deal with the elements.
Yeah, it was tough, and we were lucky enough to have Macpac sponsor us, so we have good wet weather gear. So we were happy as Larry out there in those conditions, but it just got a bit dangerous for support crew and emergency vehicles.
And now, Macpac Girls On Top, it's traditionally an all-women's team, but you enlisted the help of a veteran adventure racer by the name of Craig Stevens. Why the change?
I guess in adventure racing you're always striving to achieve the perfect race, and teammates are a really important piece of that puzzle. So for the 2011 season, I set out to find what I thought might be the perfect team, and I was looking for someone with experience in an expedition length race, someone who could navigate, someone who knows the team and can train with the team, and someone who could commit to a whole year with our team. So Craig just ticked all the boxes, and yeah, it's worked out really well for us.
Now, look, you had to travel as a team and navigate by map and compass while traversing the country by kayak, mountain bike, and also trekking. Where did the race take you?
The race was based out of Nambucca Heads on the New South Wales coast, and the course was 220 k's long, and it involved 3 kayak legs, 2 rafting sections, 3 bike legs, and 2 treks. And we went through some pretty amazing country. There was beaches, waterways. We went up onto a plateau, the Dorrigo Plateau, out into the highlands, and we were bush bashing through some remote bushlands. But with the weather being the way it was, we just didn't see much. So it was pretty atrocious out there, and we didn't really get to appreciate the beauty of the area.
Now, you've won a few events as an all-women's team. How did the mixed team format go?
It actually worked really well for us. You know, Craig's a great friend of all of us, and he fitted into our team really, really well. It's really nice to have someone strong in the team to help us carry some of the extra weight. And this team was great. I felt really safe in this team. Anne Lowison, she's our navigator. She's an amazing navigator. Ellie Davey, who set up Girls On Top, is back in our team, and she's great on strategy and logistics. And Craig and I were just there to back them up, looking for the tracks, scouting for the areas, taking some of the weight. And we can all navigate. We've all got depth of experience. So this is a really competent and a really experienced team.
And where did you finish, Debbie?
We finished 6th overall out of 34 teams. So we were really pleased with our result.
Did the flooding stop the teams racing or support vehicles before the race?
Yeah, it was a bit of a shocker, really. We'd been racing for about 30 hours and came to the next transition. And the support lady said, "Oh, sorry guys, the race has been cancelled." I think our mouths hit the ground, and you know, it was really hard to swallow, but at the end of the day it was the right call. It got to a point where emergency vehicles and support vehicles couldn't access the teams, and a couple of days after the event, Campsie was flooded out and they had to evacuate. So there was a real danger of rivers rising and threat that emergency services couldn't reach teams who needed it.
Now, I understand the GeoQuest was a testing ground for a much bigger goal. What, when and where?
Okay, so the main goal for this year is the XPD Adventure Racing Championships in Tasmania. They take place at the end of October 2011, and this will be 700 kilometres of really tough racing with 90 top teams from all around the world. So it's a great goal, and it's really exciting for us to be moving forward towards this event.
Okay, what's up next for you in the short term?
In the short term, I think next week I'm off to the Wanaka Film Festival to give a little talk on my 10 years in adventure racing. As a Macpac-sponsored athlete, they've asked me to go down and talk and just explain to people what adventure racing is all about and talk about some of the experiences I've had over the last 10 years.
And you're out there to encourage as many people to get involved as possible, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm hooked. It's a great sport.
Yeah,
and I think more and more people should get in it. You know, it's just a fantastic thing to be involved in.
Now, before we let you go, Debbie, who are your key sponsors?
Key sponsors, obviously, are Macpac. They've been great supporters of our team for the past couple of years. And, you know, we would have been a lot worse off in the GeoQuest if it wasn't for our gear. We've also recently been given some freeload bike racks to test on our bikes for the XPD, so we're really excited about putting those on our bikes, a nice New Zealand-made product, and trialling those before we get over there for that event.
Well, Debbie, appreciate you taking the time and joining us on Radio Sport tonight. We look forward to following your progress throughout 2011.
My pleasure.
That is well-known multi-sport athlete and Debbie Chambers, a member of Macpac Girls On Top, 6th place in the Design GeoQuest Adventure Race.